camera froze. And
Oh, it did?
yeah, oh, I was telling Vicky the whole time I was talking to you, I was like looking at a frozen screen. Like I couldn't even see anyone on here. So, oh, I was telling Vicky the whole time I was talking to you, I was like looking at a frozen screen. Like I
Oh
couldn't even
no.
see anyone on here. So, oh, I was telling Vicky the whole time I was talking to you, I was like looking at a frozen screen. Like I
Oh
couldn't even
no.
see anyone on here. So I was telling Vicky the whole time I was talking to
There's
you,
a delay.
looking at a and it's a loop screen. Like I
Oh
couldn't even
no.
see anyone on here. So I was telling Vicky the whole time I was talking to you. I don't understand why it's looping.
You making a remix?
I'm not sure. I know there's a delay between live and live, but I don't know why. You know what? I think that's my YouTube playing. Restream live Zoom. Okay. So no reverb now, right?
Oh,
Good.
man.
I think we're here. And then let me check and see. I think we're live on YouTube now too. And
Hello, YouTube.
let me check my other channels too. Should be on Facebook and Instagram, on Facebook and LinkedIn also. And then let me check LinkedIn too. Let me toggle on and off because we should be on all three. I see us on YouTube, which is why there was a reverb when I was on there. And I toggled on and off just now with Facebook and LinkedIn. I'm going to type a message in the chat here.
Okay.
See if anyone to activate chat, enable channels here. Hmm. I don't see where I'm live on LinkedIn and Facebook yet, but I see us on YouTube. So I've got to figure out why Restream is not on one of the channels. Toggle on or off. Let's toggle them off and let's toggle back on. All right, hopefully that did the job. INTP or TMP. Okay. Well, it's like 7 minutes after. Let me see here. Okay. Thank you for your patience getting that set up. I know we're on YouTube, but I don't think that we're on Facebook and LinkedIn yet. So I'll have to figure out that. I'll be perfect. Third time around the charm, right?
Exactly.
So Nikki, looks like the show's just for you. Chiquita.
Okay, I'm here.
I hear a little bit of reverb, but
I think she said you're the best.
oh, that's what we're gonna take it as. Okay. Yeah, so let me see if I can record here, record to this computer. There we go. So thanks for the patience. Still working out all the technical issues and bugs. But yeah, so this week's session we are doing on we talked last week about a plethora of non-QM products. So this week we're going to just take it down to one that I think is most popular with a lot of people, which is our DSCR. So we've got Alex and Vicky here with Logan Financial here, Logan Finance. So what we're going to do is I'm going to just pass this over to Alex and so that he can break down the basics between exactly what a DSCR is, what it stands for, who usually utilizes a DSCR, which is mostly investors. So, Alex, I'll let you take it from here.
Perfect. Thank you. So you should be able to see my screen.
Mhm.
Let me know if you can. Perfect. Awesome. So as Prue just mentioned, we're going to be doing Loan Factory and Logan Finance presents our DSCR products that we have available for you guys. It's a 104 units, 5 to 8, and of course with no ratio. Don't want to get too much into the weeds once we start going into the actual product. But again, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask anything that you may have. And just do this on here from Redfin. Kind of found this at the beginning of the year. Probably needs to be a little bit updated since it's crazy. And believe it or not, we're almost at the end of the year already for
Wow.
2025. But at the end of last year, 2024, the investors purchased 43 billion worth of homes in the second quarter. That's up 13.7 point. That's almost up 14% from the previous year. So just kind of threw this on here, let you know why this DSCR product is so hot right now in the non-QM space. So basically, by the end of the year in 2024, investors accounted for almost 30% of new home purchases, meaning 1 out of every 3 homes out there in the mortgage industry across the board, 1 out of every 3 was some type of investment home. So again, this program is very, very hot right now. So DSCR is basically debt service coverage ratio. That's what that acronym DSCR stands for. And so we're going to be qualifying your loans based off of that. Whatever you're renting and making that money off of that property, that's where we're going to be qualifying you under. So with that being said, there's going to be no DTI on DSCR loans because we're not going to be looking into your liabilities or anything of that nature. Again, this is truly an investment business purpose loan. And how you come up with that DSCR is basically what you see here. And I try to use real easy numbers. So DSCR comes out to your monthly rental income divided by the mortgage payment. For example, if your mortgage payment is 5,000 and you're renting it for 10,000, which is the example you see here, your DSCR ratio is going to be 2.0. The sweet spot to be in for DSCR is 1.0 or above. So basically the 2.0 here means that the property generates twice the income needed for debt obligations. A ratio about 1.0 indicates sufficient income. So with that being said, of course, we want you at the 1.0. We want you to be making money on that property. But if you fall a little bit below, we do have some other options available for you. So we do have a no ratio and then a low ratio as well.
Is that also the same as a no income? Is that what that means? Or is that something different?
So yeah, so not no income. So we're not basing DSCR is basically not using their. So no ratio does mean no income. I guess you can kind of interpret it that way because we're going to be using their ratio, their DSCR, what the property generates as their income for the DSCR loans. So we do have a no ratio program, meaning they're not making any money off of it, but we could
That's
still
a
continue
one
to.
1.0. Is that
Yep.
then 1.0? Okay.
So 1.0, it means that they're making money.
Okay.
They're making one times whatever their monthly payment is. If it's 1,000, I'm sorry, if it's 1,000, if they rent it for 1,000, that's a 1.0 ratio right there.
Right. But there's no, so when you say income, it doesn't need to be above that ratio.
It does not. So we have
That's
other
like a break even point is how I would think you would look at that. If the
right,
rental
exactly.
amount
Yes, if
equals
they're at the 1.0, it is a break-even point. Exactly. Yep. DSCR products, it's a very easy. You can pick up more than one deal at a time. That's why this is a real popular and hot program. I should have mentioned this earlier. So in 2024, there was 40 billion done in non-QM loans. And that's only 10% of LOs doing non-QM, but out of that 40 billion, 90% of it was either a bank statement loan or a DSCR loan. So a big chunk of it is this product that we're going to be covering today. Again, if you're new to DSCR, don't be intimidated by a simple calculation. As previously mentioned, cash flow analysis is breaking even on the rent compared to the monthly payment on the property. And if you ever need any assistance to figure out what that income is, you don't know how to work it, please feel free to reach out to Prue. She'll get with us. We'll be more than happy to do that income calculation for you guys.
Absolutely.
So you see two sets of bullet points here. That's why I didn't want to get too high level. I don't want to confuse anyone, but just in case people do like it, just let you know you have different options. So we have a legacy program, which is our products that we have since inception here at Logan. And then we just open up an open road program. The open road program is kind of an extension to the legacy DSCR with expanded guidelines, higher ratios, lower LTVs, higher FICO, or I'm sorry, lower FICO, higher LTVs. So, but either way, your clients will get the best of both worlds. So basically on both of these programs, you can go up to 2 million on our DSCR products. As previously mentioned, the low ratio, you can go to 0.75 on open road. What that means is if your mortgage payment is $1,000, but you're renting it for $750, so you're in the negative $250, we still allow it on this program.
Okay.
And as we're going to talk about the no ratio here in just a minute, but we'll be honest, the no ratio is not priced as hot as the DSCR is. So a benefit on this program is, let's say you have a client, he's at that 0.70, he falls below that 0.75. Normally you would have to flip him to no ratio, but our DSCR program gives you the option to flip that customer into an interest-only loan, which we're going to qualify you off the interest-only payment. So hopefully that'll bring you up from that 0.70 to 0.75 or above, where you can stay in this regular DSCR. On our legacy, if you're doing a cash out, cash in hand is unlimited up to 60%. Anything above 60%, you're capped at 500K. Yes,
Are
ma'am.
these different tiers in rate and what we're talking about your legacy? Are these different tiers of the DSCR as far as pricing is concerned?
Not different tiers per se, but open road and legacy are priced a little bit different. It just depends on, the LTV may be higher on the other one. Either way, if you get approved for both, like let's say you run a scenario, you have both pricing there. So you get to go and pick and choose whichever one works best for you and your client.
Okay.
Again, cash out, if they're doing a cash out on the legacy, if it's below 60% LTV, it's unlimited cash out up to the max loan amount. We've done loans where we've done up to a $2 million cash out. And what that client did is they got that money out, they went out and bought more property. So it's an investment purchase. I mean, it's a business purpose loan. So they're flipping it and getting more property. So that's how you can turn these DSCR customers into 2, 3, 4 loans with that same borrower.
Got it.
If you're going on the legacy, I'm sorry, if you're going on the open road, max cash in hand is 500K. No limit on the number of finance properties on legacy. Open road, you are capped at 120. I'm sorry, you're capped at 20. And this program right here is specific. It's only for 1 to 4 units. As previously mentioned, open road 0.75 on the ratio. Legacy, it's a little bit higher at that 0.8. If you have a 1-for-1 ratio with the 680 minimum credit, that's going to give you really good rates. On open road, you can go as low as 660. For our legacy, if you have a 1.2 ratio with the 720 credit score, that's going to give you the best rates out there.
Mhm.
And if you price us, we're probably, I'm not even gonna say top three, we're probably the top one in pricing when it comes to our DSCR product. First-time investors are permitted on both of these, Legacy and Open Road, up to 80%. 100% gift funds allowed, no borrower minimum contribution. So they can go.
Real
Go ahead.
quick, when
Yeah.
you say first-time investors, so we're looking at their experience.
Right. So
How many of these they've done in the past? So how would they
no,
produce?
that's what I'm saying. So if they are a first-time investor, we're good. We'll
Okay.
take them. So they don't need to have any experience.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank
And
you.
then gift funds. We allow gift funds to be used if the borrower needs help for the down payment. They can go get a gift, and so they can come in with this transaction with no down payment and no closing cost. We're
They have
never
to be
going to.
family members, like as
Yes, has to be a family member. The one good thing we do for our gift fund is we're never going to verify the donor's ability for the gift. So we're never going to have
so
mom or dad get 2 months worth of bank statements. So with that being said, they can send the gift on the day of closing to the borrower, or they can send it straight to the title company.
let me ask you this, since we're talking about gifts, what about a gift of equity? What if, say the property has equity in it? Is that something that the investor is able to use as part of their down payment?
I think gift of equity, and Vicky, you can keep me honest here, is gift of equity permitted on DSCR? And you're on mute, ma'am.
Trying to get off there. Let me double check. I know there's an LTV. The LTV is effective, but let me double check on gift of equity.
Okay, perfect.
We can circle back to it if you want.
Yep, nope, absolutely. And then, so foreign nationals are permitted DSCR legacy only, but they do need a 1-for-1 minimum ratio in order to be able to do a DSCR program with us. They are not permitted on the open road, so just keep that in mind.
Got it.
And then a couple of good things about DSCR is if you have two borrowers, we're going to use the highest borrowers or grantor's qualifying score. So we're not going to go with the lower of the middle score. We're going to go with the higher of the borrowers. So it doesn't matter, so that's a good pickup for people out there.
Usually they go with the lower of the
With the
two.
lower. Yep.
Cases, yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
Does that go for an LLC as well, whether it's
Yep.
individual buyers, co-borrowers, or an LLC where there's more than one member on the LLC?
Yep. Yep. So the grantor that has the highest middle, that's the one we're going to use. Let's see what else. This program, I'll get to some more LLC stuff because that's a little bit more popular on the 5 to 8. But as previously mentioned, we do have a DSCR no ratio. So this is designed for markets where the rents may not be enough for to meet the higher payment in the market area, or maybe someone's purchasing an investment property, they know they're going to short-term rent it. So the property solution would be to go DSCR no ratio. Again, still 1 to 4. FICO's a little bit higher on this one to 700. Max LTV is 70 for purchase rate term, 60 for cash out. Next 3 bullet points, or not the next 3. So the minimum loan amount is 150, max is 2 mil. Now the next 3 bullet points are the biggest difference between no ratio and the regular DSCR is they are capped at 500K regardless of the LTV. We do have a cap on finance property, which is 20. And then first-time home buyer and first-time investors are not permitted on the no ratio. And then we do allow vacant properties, but only on purchase transactions on a no ratio as well.
Okay.
I'm gonna jump in. Gift of equity on a DSCR is no.
It's not okay. Perfect. That's what I thought. I think
so,
gift
but
of
I was
equity
just
is normally on
pushing
primary homes.
Primary, that is correct.
Yeah.
Thank you, Vicky.
My pleasure.
Perfect. And then so that's our new no ratio. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. But then the last one we have 3 different options for you. It's going to be our 5 to 8 units. This one's very popular as well. Pretty much mirrors the 1 to 4, 2.5 million loan amount, 75% purchase rate term, 70 for cash out. They are capped at their cash out at 500K regardless of the LTV. We go back down to that 660. 5 to 8 units. Do like to clarify when I say 5 to 8, it does have to be residential. It's not commercial. It's not mixed use. It does have to be residential. in nature. And then interest-only options available as well. And then the same thing as our regular DSCR, qualify off the interest-only payments. They can originate business loans with no state license. So if you know someone that is not licensed in that state, as long as we're licensed in it, we could definitely do these DSCR transactions for you. Can hold property in an LLC. And another reason it's popular, this program's popular, is if you do close your transaction in an LLC, it's not going to show up on their personal credit report. So that's another reason people like this program. And then we have,
but it's an individual, correct?
if it's an individual, correct. But if it's
Got it.
under an LLC, it will not show up on their personal credit report.
Got it.
And then we have 30-year fix, and then the 30-year fix with 10-year interest-only option available as well. So again, just remember DSCR, it's not looking at their personal income, looking at their credit, but not their personal liabilities.
Okay.
So that's what DSCR is. Pretty
Got
much in a nutshell right there.
That should help a lot of investors out. Got to get the word out there to them.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Open road short-term rental. So we do have a short-term rental available as well. This is DSCR. Any loan qualifying using short-term rental income, they are capped at 70%, and a minimum DSCR of a 1 is needed.
And when you say short-term rental, do you mean like Airbnb?
Yes, that is correct. Yep. If the short-term rental income is being used to qualify, you do need to run a compliance report from the property guard to show that short-term rentals are permitted in the applicable state. You know, some states, especially New York, is changing a lot, where actually even here in Texas where I live, there's some places where people are going too crazy, having parties on these Airbnb, so they're just cutting it up to primary residences only or owner occupied.
I see.
If you're doing a purchase on the short term, we're going to use the market rent will be used qualifying as indicated on the appraisal. If you're doing a refinance, we're going to use the lower of the market rent or the appraisal. We're going to use the lower of the two. And then just a couple of bullet points again, as previously mentioned, they do need a minimum of 1 for the short-term rent. Minimum FICO is 700. First-time investor not permitted. The maximum amount on this one is 1.5 mil. And then max LTV is 70%.
Got it.
And then another program that is investment as well that we just opened up is our condo tels. Now this one's huge.
Fun. That's huge in Florida, right?
Yes, Florida, California, it's popular. Even like in the Ozarks, that area, a lot of condos out there. But this one's really hot. I've had to say no for the past 2 years that we don't do it, but luckily we do it now. Awesome project, love it. We do require a full condo review is required for our condo hotels. Has to be a project that is managed and operated as a hotel or motel, even though the units are individually owned.
Okay.
Project names must include hotel, motel, resort, or lodge somewhere in the name. Also must include a registration services and offers rentals for units on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis. This one's big right here. It must be a luxury or nationally recognized hotel brand.
So it can't be one of those like weekly stays.
Right, exactly. So, you know, like the Four Seasons, the One Hotel, the Ritz, West End. But with that being said, like I was in the Northeast about 4 months ago, went to the Hamptons, beautiful condo hotels there, not owned by a nationally recognized company, but they were managed by the West End. So that we can get an exception on and go around it where, you know, it could be like, where did I stay at? Don's Albatross. It's a beautiful condo hotel there, individually owned, but it's not owned by the West End, but it is managed by the West End. So that's the way we can kind of get around it if it's something like that that's out in the outskirts.
If you're an agent and I were looking for a condo hotel, was this something that you would look at on Crexy, or where would you? I know this is not your forte as far as locating the actual property types, but what would be a good starting point to find?
Like to see who's managing the property?
Correct. Like where would a list of properties that could be sold as condo hotels for agents that were looking for a property for an investor?
Yeah, no, it's one of those where they would, number one.
We use LoopNet or Crexy or stuff like that for a lot of commercial or business ventures. So I was thinking something like that would be.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Vicky, would you happen to know some ideas of who they can use to look for condo hotels?
I was thinking the same, and I literally Googled condo and where to find them. And a whole plethora of information came up.
Yep.
So you can
And too,
try that as well.
some of these listing agents may
Nikki's also
have.
an agent too. Nikki, where would you find these properties at? Maybe we
That's
can.
what I'm gonna say. These listing agents have a way they can go and
They
look
do.
at these properties.
I'm sorry, I have to keep taking my headphones off so I can answer. But I don't know. I was actually gonna chat GPT it to see where. I
Google.
mean, that's my best friend, so I
AI.
was just gonna check there and see. But this is awesome. I love what you guys offer. This is
Thank
very
you.
awesome.
I
Yeah.
found I just Googled for an example. I Googled condo hotels in Florida. TripAdvisor came up and said the 10 best Florida condo hotels. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff out here.
Okay.
Orlando condo hotels for sale.
Oh, it says Investopedia.
Investopedia. Okay.
Another
Yes.
good one.
I know Craigslist's a good one too. And then LoopNet for businesses as well.
Mm-hmm. I remember LoopNet. Gotcha.
All right, thank you for that, Alex. I just wanted to get a little insert onto where
Little insight.
looking for a condo hotel for their age for their investor, where would they start? So thank you. Now back to it.
No, absolutely. Our condo hotels do have to be in a metropolis or a typical vacation destination. For their income, you're going to be doing the same thing, DSCR calculations. The only difference is you are going to reduce it by 20% to reflect extraordinary costs as in advertising, furnishings, cleanings associated with operating short-term rentals. We do require a minimum square footage of 500. Full functioning kitchen. So we do need full size appliances, refrigerator, stove, oven in the condo hotel. We do require a separate room required for the bedroom. So that's a point of contention for some people, especially in the Colorado area where they have beautiful properties, big kitchen, big living room. They have the bedroom on the other end, but no door. So we do need a separate door to separate that from the common spaces in order to be able to qualify with us.
Okay.
And then back to your question on like, where do you source these type of borrowers for condo hotels? Great input that we just got now. But as far as just for regular investors, where do you need to go to type into this market? I threw this on here. We're not tied in with them by any means, the National RIA, which is National Real Estate Investor Association. But this is a great platform to go use and
Absolutely.
dive into this community. Newsletter, first name, last name, email address, hit submit. You'll get the newsletter every Friday. You won't get spammed. That's all you'll get from them. But the reason I threw this on here is because secondly, on their website, you're going to see where you can find your local RIA, where you're located at. And once you find that local RIA, you're going to find their website information, contact info, when and where they're having their next meeting. So you can show up, going door to door, place to place, finding your local RIA groups and showing up with some of the private label marketing flyers that we have available for you. Just showing up. I've talked to some people that they signed up to this, talked to so many people. After a while, they became speakers at some of these meetings. So, education is a big part of it. People don't know that they have this opportunity out there for
This
them.
is so true. Okay, so Nikki, we need some Logan flyers with all of the products, and we need to locate the nearest REIA and go hang out.
Yep. And this is some of the stuff we have here. And I think I told you before, Prue, we have these created for you already. Just let Vicky know what you want and we'll send them to you. All you have to do is the bottom left, that's editable. Type in your information and boom, they're ready to go.
Good stuff.
And then anyone else on here or even on the stream on YouTube, if you guys don't follow us, this is just self-advertising for us here at Logan. Please do. We're very active on social media. We post a lot. Even if you're not familiar with non-QM, this is a great place to go and learn. We'll post little short videos, let you know what's trending in the non-QM market. Just a lot of stuff on there. We have monthly webinars that anyone's invited, approved or not approved with us, can go just to learn about non-QM. I highly recommend that you guys follow us. And then last but not least, our lady of the hour got her information in here for everyone.
That would be me. Awesome. Thank you so much. That was a lot of information. It was good
Yeah.
stuff though. Figuring out your different programs, what one is a national foreigner qualifies for, what the minimum FICO's for, whether it have to be, a seasoned investor or not, knowing that they don't exactly have to be. I mean, that was just good stuff.
Thank you. Thank you.
Love the condotel. I'm definitely gonna go research that and see if I can find some investors for the condotel.
Yeah. Especially if you have any relationships with listing agents, that all they do is list condo. That's a great place to start. If we approve a condo, you know that our approval with us here at Logan is good for a year.
Oh
So you
wow,
can go to them and say, hey, I already got you approved with Logan. So
for a year. So they
yeah,
don't have to re-qualify within that 365.
no, you still have to submit all the information, of course, the documents, the condo stuff, but if it's already approved, nothing's changed, then you're good to go.
Okay, great information.
Yep, absolutely.
Wow. Well, thank you both for your time. Nikki, did you have any other questions or?
No, this was awesome. Oh my goodness. I'm definitely going to be using one of these loans. I was looking at that fix and flip loan too, so I'm definitely going to be using one of these in the future, hopefully the near future. So I appreciate your time and you explaining this to us. It's awesome.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you for joining.
Yes,
Really
thank
appreciate it.
you. I'll be back every week. As long as y'all are having them, I'm coming back so I can learn more about this
As
stuff.
soon as I get all of my lives going, that'll help with the traction as well. So as soon, I mean, just being an agent, a real estate agent and a broker and a loan officer, we love educating ourselves. So we love learning about the products so that we can better help our clients, our investors, our borrowers.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank
Well,
you.
I'll be tuning in. I'm so proud of you with your webinars. Oh my God. I'll be like you one of these days.
Thank you guys. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Vicky.
Yeah.
And I'll send you guys a
you.
copy of this
Alex
recording
and
when we're
Vicky.
done too, so we can improve and perfect on it.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm going to stop recording here.